What's up, team? Coach Neil D here, Run, Lift, Happy Face. Today we're going to be talking about ground reaction force and a little bit of concepts and how we should kind of think about what we want to do with this, all right? So there's a common misconception out there that we can produce force when we run. I hear a lot of running coaches talking about producing force at the ground. Well, we don't really actually produce force at the ground. What we do is we resist force at the ground. And so this diagram kind of shows that. And so obviously you see here we have a guy who's running, all right? And these green arrows are representing gravity, all right? And gravity is what's accelerating our body into the ground, all right? So we have this acceleration of our body mass, and then these red arrows represent something called ground reaction force. So force is mass times acceleration. So the mass of the body times the acceleration, right, how fast it's going, is going to determine how much ground reaction force we get. And we'll talk about this in another video, but our falling angle is really what's dictating how fast we're accelerating, okay? Because everything accelerates at 9.8 meters per second squared. Super nerd. Okay, so anyway, we've got this gravity pulling our body down. We have a ground reaction force. Now these blue arrows represent the impulse that you get. So when we talk about producing force at the ground, there is force produced at the ground, right? The force is the interaction between your body and the ground and gravity, essentially. So but yeah, so we don't actually produce force, we resist force. So again, this is just to kind of break some stuff down. A lot of my cueing will talk about pulling your leg off the ground and not pushing into the ground. And so that's kind of the reason why we're using that cue. So again, the whole idea with running and being in this position is to try to get the impulse. So again, the blue arrows are representing the impulse. The red arrows are the ground reaction force. So you have gravity, you have ground reaction force, and then you have the actual forces that are in your body. And so you're kind of pinched in between. Basically, you make like a column for a split second, and our body reacts to that. And so anyway, that's just a quick breakdown of what ground reaction force is and how it applies to running.